People put locks on their doors to protect their families and homes, but studies show few adults put locks on their guns to protect their kids.
It's a simple move that could actually save your child's life. Eyewitness News reporter Leslie Rubin has a look at a new Eyewitness News initiative that you can get involved in.
In December, 10-year-old Peyton Thomas, a third grader at Ruffner Elementary, was killed at a friend's house after being shot by a child who had access to a loaded, unlocked gun. Her mother hoping her story will encourage parents everywhere to take a simple and life-saving step. Now we're reaching out to you to make your home safer.
On butterflies' wings, on the wings of my own, to you I am gone, but I'm never alone. I am home.
Lindsay Thomas has trouble finding the words to explain just how much her life has changed since December 23rd. That's the day her 10-year-old daughter Peyton was shot and killed.
My worst fear has always been somebody kidnapping them. I never thought in a million years that my daughter would die by a bullet.
The thoughts that run across this mother's mind are much different now. She tries to remember Peyton and her carefree way of life instead of focusing on how she died.
She was a very loving child. She was smart, rambunctious. She loved to play outside. She was definitely a leader, not a follower.
Just 2 days before Christmas last year, Peyton was playing at a friend's house when a 9-year-old boy got a hold of his grandfather's shotgun, accidentally shooting her. She died a few hours later.
The worst things, like, I can't get out of my head is the watching her die in the hospital.
Lindsay firmly believes her daughter would still be alive if that gun would have been locked up, out of reach and sight.
There was no reason for that gun to be out.
According to the Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence, more than half of all American children live in homes with access to unlocked guns. 89% of unintentional shooting deaths of children happen in the home, most when children are playing with a loaded gun without a parent around.
They are preventable. That's what I'm so mad about.
On April 7th, deputies say a 5-year-old boy accidentally shot his 4-year-old sister as their parents slept in this Cross Lanes trailer. Just 2 days later, in Marion County, an 11-year-old boy was critically injured after being accidentally shot in his home. Although Fairmont police refused to release details about that investigation. 28 states and Washington, D.C. have enacted varying child access prevention laws when it comes to firearms. West Virginia is not one of them.
Drop the cable down. All guns in a house where there are children need to be secured some way, either locked up or put away someplace where the child can't access it, or have a gun lock like this put on the firearm.
Corporal Brian Humphreys with the Kanawha County Sheriff's Department demonstrates how easy it is to lock up a gun, but he does realize some may shy away from it in an effort to keep the firearm accessible in case of an emergency. He still says that's no excuse to having it accessible to a child.
Children are aware where firearms are kept in the home. They pay attention to it, even if they don't talk about it, even if they don't seem as interested in it. You should just assume that the child knows where firearms are kept and that they make sure that they can't get access to a loaded weapon.
As you hold me close in memory, even though we are apart.
Lindsay hopes Peyton's story will ignite change inside homes with guns and children.
It's not what happens now, it's what can go on in the future.
Holding on to her memory and hopes another mother won't find herself where she is.
My spirit will live on in the heaven of your heart. I am with you always.
Certainly a tragic story that will resonate with so many families watching, and we want you to be able to keep your kids and home safe. On Saturday, May 10th, we'll be at Cabela's at Southridge, along with the Kanawha County Sheriff's Office from 3 until 6 o'clock in the evening. We will be handing out free gun locks to anyone who needs them, and we hope to see everyone there. Reporting in the studio, Leslie Rubin, Eyewitness News.
Here at Eyewitness News, we are pleased to tell stories that have an impact and partner with community to help you. After recent shootings where children were hurt or killed after getting access to unlocked firearms, we wanted to give you a simple tool that can help avoid these kinds of tragedies. Eyewitness News reporter Leslie Rubin is live now at Cabela's, where our big gun lock giveaway just wrapped up. Leslie, how'd it go today?
Kara, the turnout was unbelievable. When we got started here at 3 o'clock, there was already a line formed out the door to get their hands on one of these. This is what we have been giving away all day, Gunlocks. And I'm pleased to say we have given away about 300 of these today. We had some that were given to us by the Kanawha County Sheriff's Office through a grant program. And then the wonderful people at Cabela's also supplied us with some Gunlocks that we could pass out to those who came to take part in this, because of course we do not want any more tragedies in this area where children get a hold of unlocked guns. We've heard too many stories like that here lately, and we want to do everything to help to stop that from happening. And I want to bring in Corporal Brian Humphreys, because he's been instrumental in helping us get this off the ground. And Corporal Humphreys, I mean, the turnout today, it really blew us away. Can you talk a little bit about that? I'm sure that you are pleased that so many people want these gun locks.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very pleased to get these into the hands of people who need them. If you don't have some other way of securing your firearms by way of safe or a lockbox or something, then this is an alternative. And we definitely want to make sure that all the guns that are in the home where there are children have are secured away from those children, so that way they can't accidentally shoot a firearm, especially having had some incidents like that in the county lately.
And can you talk just a little bit about how you all get these gun locks? Because the money has to come from somewhere, and I mean, you all get these and you want to get them in the hands of the public, but it comes at kind of a cost. You know, I mean, you have to get the grant money.
Sure, the grants are funded through the federal government, and they're operated through a program called Project Child Safe, and we were able to get 200 locks, but that was just because that's limited funding that they've received in the last few years. So we're at that disadvantage because of that. So we're hoping that maybe we can get a few more of them for the next time that we do this, and until every gun that's out there has a lock that needs one.
Well, really, we cannot thank the people at Cabela's here enough for letting us do this today, and also the Kanawha County Sheriff's Office for helping us get these gun locks in the hands of gun owners so that there are no more tragedies across the area and that we can prevent those tragedies. So thank you all so much to the people who came out. The support was overwhelming, and we thank you all so much for coming out and taking part in this today. But for now, reporting live at Cabela's, Leslie Rubin, Eyewitness News.